Hey guys, and welcome to another guide. This is going to be for gearing up your character in patch 5.3, and this works for mains, alts, pretty much anything, and it covers what I think is the most optimal way to be geared. So the first thing you need to do is think about crafted gear. Now this does depend entirely on your finances. You can either purchase an item level 496 chest and gloves, or a 476 chest and gloves. These will really help boost your item level up. Now if you're having a problem getting into heroic scenarios or something like that, you can always buy the crafted item level 458 PvP gear. So after this, you've done that stuff, you want to go to the Arena of Annihilation scenario. When you complete that, you'll have access to a item level 450 weapon. This will probably be a decent upgrade from whatever you had questing. So once you've done all this stuff, it's time to go to the Isle of Thunder. So you want to quest there a little bit until you're honoured. That should not take you very long, like maybe an hour or two at the most. It's very quick to get up to honoured. And at which point you can purchase a 476 belt for 300 gold. Now while you're here, you should be on the lookout for these chests, the troves of the Thunder King keys, which you can get in them. And there is a full guide in this on my channel for the troves of the Thunder King scenario. It includes how to get into the scenario, all that stuff, but essentially doing this scenario will give you Elder Charms. And I'll show you what to do with these charms later. Of course, if you don't know what the crack is with that scenario and how to get into it, I'd recommend checking out my guide video. So after you've done this stuff in the Isle of Thunder, you want to head to Battlefield Barrens. Now when you enter the Vale of Eternal Blossoms, you'll get a breadcrumb quest which takes you up to Lord Walker Shen, or whatever he's called, and you do a few things there, but it eventually leads you to Battlefield Barrens. So you do a few quests here, and then you will unlock a weekly quest. So what you want to do is do the weekly quest, because this will give you 200 Valor points, and more importantly, a Radical Mojo. Now while you're questing there, you might find these Latent Core items. These are bits of gear that are essentially inert, and when they're combined with a Radical Mojo, they will give you an item level 489 piece. Now if you don't find one of these things dropping for you, you can either buy it with Battlefield Barrens resources, or buy one off the auction house. I have a full guide in Battlefield Barrens on the channel which I recommend you check out. Now doing this will give you one extra piece of 489 gear a week, which is very nice. You'll also get access to the Old Seer quest. This is a very easy quest, and it will give you a 502 boot, which is very good. Now PvP is also a very quick way to get up your item level, and it doesn't really kill your PvE effectiveness that much. In fact, Blizzard does endorse doing this. Of course, you can buy the 458 crafted gear from the auction house, or purchase honor gear. Do remember the justice points can be converted into honor, and I would actually recommend doing this. You'll be able to do heroic scenarios at this point, so these will give you 463, I believe, blues, some valor points, and quite a lot of justice points. I recommend converting those justice points into honor, and then using the honor gear, which is item level 476, to fill out your lowest item level spots. So pretty much just continue these steps until you hit item level 460. At this point you'll be able to do the Mogu Vaults LFR. Now I do implore you, read up on the strats just so very basically what's going on. Of course if you're a skilled player, you'll probably be able to sort of infer what's going on in the middle of the fight, but if you're not used to that in the game, it's probably good to have a little read up and see what's going on. So when you're in here, you'll be getting 476 gear, which is quite nice. And now those Elder Charms that you got earlier that I was talking about, Isle of Thunder is actually the fastest way to get the Elder Charms, and what I think you should do is spend these here. Now, once you spend your Elder Charms, they'll give you a bonus roll on a boss. You'll just see a little thing pop up when you kill him. This gives you more rolls on the boss, more chance of getting gear. Once you get to item level 470, you'll be able to get into the next LFR, which is the Heart of Fear, and then the one after that, which is the Terrace of the Eternal Somethings. Typical sort of Warcraft name. So this is actually pretty damn nice, and this will get your gear up to a pretty good level. Now all the while you should be joining groups for world bosses and using your Elder Charms on them. Now the bosses that are eligible for Elder Charms are Galleon and the Shah. These will both give you pretty nice gear. Now the Elder Charm does not work on the new patch 5.2 world bosses, which are Nalak, who's just a big old dragon dude, and Undasta, who is a big dinosaur that's awesome. These need another thing called Mogu Runes of Fate. Now you'll notice that all these level 90 quests you're doing give you lesser charms. Now what you want to do is trade 90 of these lesser charms in to your to an NPC in your faction's Vale City for 3 Mogu Runes of Fate. You can do this once a week. These runes should be used for bonus rolls on patch 5.2 world bosses. So doing all this will get you pretty reasonably geared, enough to make any solo PvE content really damn easy. So once you've acquired, while you're doing all these things, you will have acquired Valor Points. Now these should only be spent on gear from the Shadowpan Assault, because that's the only 522 Valor Point gear you can get. At neutral you can buy an item level 522 neck, so I'd recommend picking that up instantly. Now I do have a full reputation guide. It's an old guide, I'm considering redoing it, and you'll notice a hilariously big drop in the quality of commentary from now to then, but whatever, the information's still pretty accurate. So basically, that's it. This will let you get into the Throne of Thunder LFR and pick up those 502 pieces of gear. Now, for these bosses, they're a little bit harder, and I'd recommend checking out my boss guides. I have a guide on every single LFR boss. The guides are specifically for LFR difficulty, really damn easy. And they'll just help you, go in there and be effective. Now these boss kills earn Shadowpan Assault reputation, which is of course explained in my Shadowpan Assault reputation guide video. So there's quite a few links coming off this video, but I think this is really all the information you need to get yourself as geared as you can in as little possible time. So yes, I hope you liked the video. Please hit that like button if you did, and drop a comment if you want to have a chat with me. I'm always up for that. And if you like this thing, and of course you want to see more, I do a World of Warcraft news show and a whole bunch of PvP videos and stuff. I'm just saying this in case, most of these probably came from the search results, so I definitely recommend checking that out. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.